Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the terrific Thursday, or the Thirsty Thursday, October 29th edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. How about we have an extraordinary one? Yeah, it's Thirsty Thursday. We've got to have an extraordinary Thursday, and the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next hour, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Let's Show. All the indices, the U.S. indices, trading to the upside out here. You get the Dow up 42. That's barely nothing. The S&P 27, that's more than nothing. The NDX 195, that's more than nothing. The Russell 2000 is flat. It's up 2 points. The semis are up 54 points, 2.5%. They're the leader to the upside out here. Spot volatility index off $3, down 7%. Gold's off 11. Silver's flat. Light sweet crude back $1.46. Lead the charge to the upside. Amazon up 52. Google up 48. CoStar Group up 34. The downside, Shopify, 27, Zoom Video off 26, Wayfair off 25, ABIOMED is down 25 as well. So plenty to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. The first and only request, no, I can't say only request now. The first request coming in from Dennis G. And Dennis wants, his question is, what's your short-term outlook for the Qs? So if we're going to go take a look at the short-term outlook for the Qs, we're going to start taking a look at the NQ out here. So I don't know what Dennis's short-term means. So we'll start with the 30-minute. We'll work our way through the different time frame charts. Here is a 30-minute time frame chart for the NQ. And the NQ on a 30-minute basis has a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern out there. Prices above the highs from about 2:30 last evening. The bar that's currently forming right now is bar number 8 of a TD 9-count pattern. Price is dealing with resistance right at the 11,319 area. The short-term chart, Dennis, is signaling to us that it wants to make a run for 11,474. Price must close above 11,318.25 in order for that to happen. Hasn't happened yet. If that does happen, that would be its message. However, because this is the potential of bar 8 forming now, and it's not the high of the session, so this would, let me make sure about that real quickly. Yeah, it is not the high of the count, I should say, with regard to the session. We need to see a higher high. And so if we get that higher high, it could be bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. That could identify then a short-term top. I have no idea. So that says it's 110 now. This is bar 8, so that's 130. You got 9 and then 10. So it says by 2:30, you could have a TD9 count, and then you could see price begin to pull back. The other thing on a 30-minute basis, Stevie's red line has turned green. Now, what that tells us, Dennis, is we should see price and that line catch up to each other. Now, the cool thing is, because it has turned from red to green, that test, whenever it unfolds, if it's a test and rejection, that is then a bullish message. And that bullish message would say price would target 11,474.75. Not maybe right to the tick, but that is the TD9 breakdown level on a 30-minute time frame for the NQ. Okay, well, maybe Dennis isn't really interested in a 30-minute time frame, and he's more interested in a 60 Of course, we don't know if that's the case or not. But if we take a look at a 60-minute time frame chart, we'll see that this morning at 9 o'clock, the NQ on a 60-minute basis generated a piercing candle. That's a bullish reversal candle. Price was moving lower, doing less relative energy. So the 60-minute time frame has a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator buy pattern. Price is above all levels of resistance here on the 60-minute. And Dennis, the message here is 11,543.50 as its target. Again, a TD9 count could unfold, but this is an hourly time frame. You're only in bar 5, so you're looking at 5 hours or so, 4 to 5 hours before that would take place. That's the 60-minute. So it's got a bottom, price above resistance, suggesting higher price. So we know that the struggle right now is on that 30-minute time frame chart, dealing with the top of its profile level and sellers trying to fire away. On a 120-minute time frame, I don't have any bottoming pattern out here. I'm sure we could draw on an A to B equals CD pattern. I won't. This is just suggesting to you on a 2-hour basis, prices targeting the 11,366 level. Any close above that, and then you'd be looking at 11,566. So 2 of the 3, that'd be the 30 and the 60-minute, have bottoming signals inside the NQ. On the 4-hour, the 240-minute basis, I don't have anything out here to give us any kind of assistance or help, although I believe price is dealing with, on the 240-minute basis, 11,345 is the resistance level. Okay, so we've covered short-term time frames, so to speak. How else can we help Dennis answer his question? Dennis, I think it boils down to this. If the NQ, so yesterday, you're looking at panel number 2 from the left. Actually, let me do it like this, and then we're just looking at NQ charts altogether. Now, you've got panel number 1, the upper left one, and you can see as price closed below the bottom of its daily profile yesterday. That number was 11,302. We're trading at 11,317. Remember, 1 day down below support does not confirm a pattern. Breakdown, break, or above resistance. Stevie needs to see 2 bars. Just seen it too many times out here. So the real key level, and price is trading above it right now, Dennis, is 11,302. If, in fact, the NQ is able to regain its profile, in other words, Tom likes to say get in the range. It's a different range that he's talking about, but I'm going to go ahead and use that phrase out there. Then it's back inside the range of its profiles. And if we take a look at its oscillator and change line, it's green. Now, price is below that. That would become the price target. But a green price oscillator says, hey, we've price oscillator above 0, but it's falling, but it's still above 0, so it gets that bullish message. And if you get a close in the NQ above the bottom of that profile, chances are that those shorter-term resistance levels that you and I look like at will, in fact, come to fruition. So, Dennis, that is your that's your NQ. Now, we can do even more for Dennis, right? We're just going to do, we're throwing in the kitchen sink here. And the kitchen sink says, as we take a look at the TAS market breadth for the 4 different time frames we track, weekly, daily, 240, and 60, it's bullish for the 240-minute time frame. So the way that this works here is if we're going to see a continued rally, counter trend rally is what we're calling it at this stage of the game here, you start to see each of these speed dials turn bullish. So the 240-minute would be the next one out there. On the 240-minute basis, there are 18 instruments trading above the top of that profile and 38 below the bottom of the profile. Overall, right now as we speak at 114, short of forming a short-term top, which would pull price back to Stevie's green line on the 30-minute time frame, the message here is price wants to move higher. Hope that helps you out, Dennis. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We're going to take a look at IBM, GE, and First Solar for G7 in the Tiger's Den.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we've got a number of questions that have come in, 5 by email, and let's start with the ones inside the Tiger's Den right now. IBM is the first instrument we're going to take a look at. What we know about IBM, trading below the bottom of a bullish structured daily profile, did that a few days ago, suggests lower price. We move over to the weekly. The lower price levels would be 97.38 to 104. Price is trading below the bottom of its monthly profile. That has been rejected over the course of the last year. For the most part, really began being rejected in, March of 2020 out here. And so that's a bearish message. You know what I see, G7, when I open up the chart, the daily time frame chart for IBM? What I see is I see a consolidation pattern. And that's the first yellow rectangle that is up there. Really good, kind of double topping pattern, so to speak. Real good double bottoming type pattern, so to speak. And that just sets up the consolidation. So I had a double top, double bottom. We never know which of those, if either of those is really going to turn in anything. Well, in this case here, price is broken through the consolidation. And what this suggests is that price is headed back to its March lows or lower. When you break a consolidation, either to the upside or the downside, it then gives you a measured move. Does price always get to the measured move? No, but it does. It does often, and this is just a technical pattern out here. So this is suggesting maybe around the 87-ish type area is a place to take a look at. I think you're looking at it from a long-term standpoint. Today's going to be bar number 8 of a TD9 count, but it's not the low of the session, so you need to see a lower low on bar 9 or 10 to get some type of short-term bottoming signal. But as long as price stays below that consolidation, the message for IBM is that it wants to move to lower ground out there. And that IBM chart is saying, hey, we're headed back to the March lows. GE, hope that helps you out. GE is another one that you're looking at out here. And on GE's charts, we can see that price is trading above the top of the daily, top of the weekly, but below the bottom of the monthly profile out here. So the daily and weekly are bullish, and the monthly is not. Now, this chart here, I've got a bunch of things running in the background. My apologies. So I'm actually a little bit short-handed when it comes to charts today. Although this did just update, so that's good. Okay, so with regard to GE out here, What today's pullback is doing, G7, is just testing Stevie's green line. As long as price stays above Stevie's green line, it remains bullish out there. Whereas if price closes below it, what it's suggesting to you is that price is going to pull back further. Now, pull back further to where? We just have to look for areas of support. And the area of support would be the top of that daily profile that price is trading above, 695. Not that 678 or 670 aren't support as well, but the first level of support that would be tested would be 695. We're not making that call right now at 121 because price is testing and so far rejecting Stevie's green line. And it's right here at the 732 level, or 732, 733. It's right here. So you'll have a better feel short term with regard to IBM based upon today's trading out there. Again, it closed below 733, says that we should see a lower price out there. The next one you want to take a look at was First Solar, FSLR. So I'm going to get that populating here. And let's take a look at it in the black background charts because these don't have any, well, they got a lot of computations going on, but nothing major like I've got on my other system. So in First Solar, price is traded above the top of the daily, above the top of the weekly, and above the top of the monthly. So for all three time frames that we take a look at, the signals are bullish. Now, we don't know if there was a topping signal or anything along those lines, but we do know that the patterns here based upon profiles, it's bullish out there. There is a 3 drive to a top pattern that is formed on the monthly basis out here. 3 higher highs. They look to be pretty equidistant out here, but it would have to require a bearish reversal candle to confirm that 3 drive to a top. But it is present out there, so I see that visually. I won't go draw that in. Let's look at my other charts out here. And good, they have updated with today's activity. Do we have a topping pattern out here? Yeah, we do. So, I know I kind of hesitate to draw this one in because I'm not really a fan of drawing in the A to B equals CD pattern where price really came back to where I would have used for the A point, which is where my cursor's at. I'm not really going to draw it in there, but you can see we could pick a different spot and come up with an A to B equals CD to the upside. At this stage of the game, it looks like this is just a normal healthy pullback in First Solar. Same kind of game plan here, G7. Watch 86.25 or thereabouts. That number will move slightly lower as price moves lower, if it does move lower. And that's going to be the first test. If price closes below that, the next test is 84.27. Below that, 78.73. And then the real test would be 76.50. It doesn't have any kind of significant top out here. Let me just change this quickly to the weekly time frame. See what pops up on our screen out here. I don't have anything on. The weekly looks good. So the weekly still looks good out here because price is above on a weekly basis, and it's done this. So it did it 2 weeks ago, and now this week out here above the 69.01, 68.55 level. This is suggesting a change in trend on the monthly basis that eventually takes you up to the 142 level. That's its TD9 breakdown area. I think I said weekly and I chose monthly. Let me come back over here to the weekly, see if there's anything on the weekly time frame chart. So price is stretched. It is moving higher, doing less relative energy, but we don't have any kind of bearish reversal candle. So it's only a caution sign, and that's it. So it looks good. But you've got to pull back and watch that daily oscillator unchanged line value. So I hope that helps you out, G7, with regard to those 3 instruments out here. Let's go to the phone lines, or the email lines, I should say. And John in Sarasota wants to look at instrument TECL. And so let's go take a look at it. And TECL, let me get that fired up on my other screen. So, John, price yesterday was testing. This is, by the way, the Direction Shares ETF Trust Technology Bull. So very similar to the XLK that we looked at. And I don't know if this trades off of the XLK or not. But with regard to the XLK, what you've got here, which is where I would take my signals from, John, you've got a TD9 count bottom pattern out there. So you've got a potential low, potential valid bottoming signal out there. In the case of TECL, what it was doing yesterday, I don't have any idea whether this also formed bar 9 out here. Let me switch this over to the daily time frame on my other screen. Oops, that was 60 minutes. I didn't want that. Daily. Okay, so yeah, it also formed bar number 9 yesterday, and price was right down at support, the bottom of that daily profile. So if you want to take a long position in this, go ahead. I'll give you where the target would be, or a couple of targets. Inside day, not telling us much, but your close, you would stop out on this trade on a close below the low of yesterday, which is 260.48. 260.48. Now, where's price targeting? Well, we'd have to call the top of the profile, 305.37, as one of them. By the way, the average true range on this instrument is $20.29. Your stop must be greater than that. That's just average daily movement out there. With regard to my other time frame charts out here, here's the daily, here's the TD9. Well, yeah, it looks like 305.37. 307 is the price target. Any move above that, John, then price would target the 351 area. So the signal there is, maybe finished with its run to the downside. You at least have bottoming patterns, and that was your question. With regard to the other instrument that you were looking at, I believe that is for the semiconductors out here, and the semiconductors have a big buy signal, a TD9 count pattern, and a Gartley buy signal. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archived workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the semiconductor index. John was interested in SOXL, and really I just went to the actual semiconductor indice to let John know that you've got a TD9 count bottom, you've got a Gartley buy pattern out here. Price should make its way up to 23.55, and above that it would be 23.40. 24.32 would be the targets. You can see that the SOXL is right now back inside its range, so to speak. It's bullish structured profile. This would suggest price would make its way to 273 or 325, but because it's a triple, these numbers may not be. You've got to really go off the underlying instrument, but you've got a buy signal, John, if that's what you were asking. HD writes in, and he or she wants to take a look at EMQQ. So EMQQ, let me get this fired up on my other system. EMQQ is the Exchange Traded Concepts Trust, Emerging Markets, Internet, and E-commerce out there. Well, here's what we know. We've got a long-term A to B equals CD pattern that completed on a monthly basis out here. And it looks like a dark cloud cover candle to me. But look, if price can close above 56.49, it says, hey, I want to do more than the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, which I really think is its message out there, HD, and suggests that it wants on a longer term basis make its way to 37.71. Price is above the top of its weekly, price above the top of its daily. It's dealing with a swing point from September 2nd that had 280,000 shares. You're already at 172, so it's probably similar type volume as you're coming to that swing point. The real breakout would be a close above the 56.49 level, really sort of as I had mentioned on the monthly time frame chart. So you're considering this a long. I'd rather you buy it on a retracement out here, but you don't. And I don't have the breakaway message right now to suggest that you get into it because of that swing point that it really needs to close above. So I hope that helps you out, HD, with regard to Exchange Traded Concepts Trust. Chris B writes in, hey Chris, nice to hear from you. If it's the same Chris, if it's not, Chris, still nice to hear from you in South Carolina. NGLOY is the ticker symbol out here. NGLOY or BINGO. And as we take a look at it, boy, this thing had a big gap to the down. This is Anglo American PLC out here. So price is really just trading inside. I was mentioning yesterday, big gap to the downside. Okay, but what did that mean? And today, right now, you've got a little hammer candle forming. I don't know what that means. But on the weekly basis, we can see that it's been consolidating with inside its profiles since the week of beginning August 10th of 2020. We're at October for 2 solid months. All this is doing is trading sideways. So if you're interested in taking a position, Chris, would you think this is a good place to buy? Yeah, you most certainly can. We're ignoring the daily time frame chart. We're going to go with the weekly profile levels out here, and know that this average true range is 33 cents a day. The last 10 days out there, your stop's got to be below that. I'd multiply it times 1.618 out there to figure out your position size. But the stop should be below, and however that works out, it's got to be below 1147 out there. The daily time frame chart, let me just pull this over, see if there's anything here. It hasn't totally updated for today's activity, but I don't see anything on the daily time frame to suggest not taking a stab at it, if you will. Even with that gap to the downside yesterday. This does have a TD9 count top out here. We can see that, but that's just led to this consolidation. Now, if price closed below 1147, Chris, where price would be targeting would be the 952 area. So that's why you'd have your stop out there. You'd just be smart about it. But that's the message coming from Anglo-American. And thanks for writing in. And, of course, I hope that helps you out. Next question coming in from Stephen S. Stephen says, I'm looking for longer-term position in Boeing, BA out here. So let's go take a look at it. And BA, which is trading back below. It's trading below the daily profiles. It's right now trying to get inside the weekly profile. That would require a close below 149.53 tomorrow, and it's just consolidating inside the monthly profile. And that range really is from 117 to 203. Your question is longer. I'm looking for longer-term position in Boeing. Longer meaning 3 or more months. Is it close to that time? Well, first our answer off the top of my head is going to be no. Let's take a look at it. So the swing point at September 24th, 27 million shares yesterday, pulling back with 20 million. So it's light volume. We're still inside that swing point. You don't have any signal as I see it just yet. Let me pull over Bank of America, and you're wanting a long-term position out here. So here's the weekly. Don't have anything that shows significant top. but still price might get back inside its profile. I'm just going to switch this. Don't pay attention to the oscillator and change line. It's set to daily out here, and so you're going to see it'll be really squiggly now. Yeah, so it doesn't make any sense. Let me go back to daily now. Just try to take a look at Boeing out here. This is for Stephen S. And Stephen, I'm going to say no. The answer is no with regard to, especially from a longer term. So I'm going to suggest 125.80 as one spot. 125.80 is the TD9 breakout level on its daily time frame, and it hasn't been tested. Not saying we get there today, tomorrow, or the next day, or what have you. But if tomorrow you see price close below 149.53, that would be the clue that is a likely target area. And you've got 118 to 134 as support levels on its weekly time frame. Excuse me, Steve. So I hope that helps you out. Next question here coming in from Jared. Jared writes in, he says, last week you gave me some insight on HIBS. Let's go take a look at it. Let's put it up here on our screen, see what it is that we are. Jeez Louise, what did I do that? How did I do that? And I won't tell you what I did, because if I did, you'd really laugh at me. Okay, not that you wouldn't laugh at me otherwise, and that you don't laugh at me. That's okay. I laugh at myself all the time. So HIBS is a direction share high beta bear 3X out here. Well, that doesn't help me out with regard to getting a clear idea of what the underlying instrument out here is. Nonetheless, I said it gave me some insight on HIBS, 100 of the high beta S&P stocks bear. Okay, can you relate this to any of your tools or chart patterns? Look at the average long at an average cost of 480. So here's what the other tools tell us. But if you could find, Jared, the underlying index, the underlying instrument out here, an ETF, whatever it might be, to the extent that there is one, a one-to-one version of this, that will give you and I the better signals, just so you know. Otherwise, you've got to go pull apart. This is 100 symbols, you're saying, see the weightings inside there, try to get to 50% in order to really try to get a feel for what it's communicating to you. With regard to these other tools, though, price is above the top of its daily profile. That's at 517. This could be day number 2 above it, suggesting that price would want to make a run up to the 667 level. 667 is the top of its bullish structured weekly profile. Let's pull over my other tools out here, see what we see. Your first level of resistance in order to get to that higher ground is going to be 607. There's nothing in the charts to suggest that price won't try to make it up to there. 607. Might not clear that area. And if it does, we would understand it's a breakdown. And if it does, it's telling you about a short-term change in trend. You got a nice TD9 count bottom in this. Watch for 607. To close above that, you're looking at 796, Jared. And that's what the tools say for HIBS. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We're going to look at Facebook, Bank of America, the XLF, and NIO. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 170, S&P 42, NASDAQ 100, 237. Russell is up 7 points. We were going to take a look at ticker symbol NIO. This is for Mike S. And this is an electric vehicle play out here. It's a rocket ship. It's a momentum move type play. Going to be really hard to figure out So today, here's what it's doing today, Mike. It's breaking out. It's breaking out with a decent volume above a prior swing point. That swing point was on October 16th. That had 186 million. You're at 134 already. It's above the top of that daily profile. This is suggesting it's ready to make that next leg higher. Next leg higher to where? That's the toughie on a stock chart like this. Here's what's going on. Price moving higher to a less relative energy. Probably got to wait for the next profile to form. Now, if there was a bearish reversal candle that forms, then that's going to tell us about moves back to support. We don't have that here. The first Rhodes Momentum Indicator top pattern, or the most recent one, bearish engulfing candle formed about a half a dozen days ago, 5 days ago, and then price took itself right down to support the bottom of that profile. Price above resistance, as we said, 29.40. So look like this wants to continue to move higher. But trying to give you a price objective, where's the next price objective? There's really not any tool that I can use that would be helpful, in my opinion, that would be helpful to do that. So that's what I see when we take a look at NIO. Well, that's cool. We got through all the email requests so far. So now we've got some DEN requests out here, 3 that came in. One was to take a look at Facebook, coming out with earnings after the bell. So we take a look at Facebook. What is it that we know? Well, we know Stevie's got to change to his other set of tools out here. And here's what we know about Facebook. Trade above the top of the daily profile, trading with inside or consolidating with inside its weekly profile, and above the monthly. So overall, the signals here in Facebook are bullish, but the range that is trading within is 289.12 to 250.23. No signal taking a look at these charts as to what Facebook might want to do. Let's go take a look at Facebook on the daily time frame. Now, the daily time frame, Facebook had completed a Gartley sell pattern. Now, that Gartley sell pattern yesterday took price below its oscillator and change line, but never even made it to support. That's a version of support, one version of support. It's a light version of support, but it's a good version of support. But it didn't even make it back to the top of that daily profile, 263.64. When price trades above a green line, here's what it tells us. There's a rising price oscillator, and it's above zero. Those are very bullish conditions. Not that you and I can control the next thing. So it's really sort of neutral right now with regard to its signal. It's bullish, most certainly, because price is above the green OUL. But it hasn't taken out the resistance of that bull sash candle that created that Gartley sell. So how is Facebook going to do after the bell? I don't know. What I can tell you is if price trades above 285.23 after the bell, where price is headed to is 297.60. And if price takes out 297.60, another breakout to the upside out there. The downside target is clearly 263.64 or 247 to to 250. Those would be the ranges. What's the message right now? I wish it was something other than neutral. We'd have to ignore the Gartley sell pattern to say that, though. And Stevie's not going to play that game out there. I'm just simply going to give you the message of the markets as we take a look at them right here, right now. So that's the message of Facebook. There was a request to take a look at Bank of America and the XLF. So let's go take a look at the XLF first. Excuse me while I navigate back to those charts out there. And let's punch in XLF on our 3-time frame market, TAS market profile charts out here. Prices below the bottom of the daily, above the top of the weekly, and inside the monthly. So this has really got all kinds of messages depending on which time frame it is that you have. So on the daily, price right now is testing a prior swing point. That's a swing point from September 24th at 56,000 shares. You're in it with 34,000 shares. If it is less than 56,000 today and it closes above, where it's trading above right now, but it closes above 2358, that'll be a test and rejection of a swing point. That would suggest a move higher. The move higher would have to be the bottom of that profile, 2429. That's the message of the XLF from that standpoint. Let's take a look at Stevie's other charts out here. What else transpired or is transpiring? Well, interestingly enough, this pulled back to its breakout level yesterday, which was 2362. And as long as 2362 holds, and because we can see that the oscillator and change line changed from green to red yesterday, this suggests that price and that line will catch up to each other. So as long as the XLF closes above 2362 today, the more likely outcome is a move higher to sideways because key levels of support will have held. The final key level of support, if XLF closes below 2362, you're looking at a run to 2267. Now let's go take a look at Bank of America. So one of the components that is inside of the XLF. And in the case of Bank of America, geez, it almost looks like the chart for XLF. Almost. Trading below the bottom of the daily, bearish. Trading with inside the weekly, consolidating. Trading with inside the monthly, consolidating. Okay, so and with regard to its swing point test out here, well, it would have to close above 2382 when you're trading at 2334. The volume on September 24th was 53 million. You've done 32 million today, so and you have not tested the bottom of the swing point. So you don't have a real clear message. When we take a look at swing point analysis, volume analysis on the daily time frame. Let's go take a look at Stevie's other chart, see if there's anything else out here for Bank of America. In the case of Bank of America, yesterday was a close below a key level of support, the TD9 breakout level, 2353. If price can close back above that, it's not out of the woods. It's got a red line, tells us the oscillator is below zero. It needs to close above that. That would be 2401. The message right now, though, is not bullish out here. Again, a second close below 2353 says I want to move to lower ground, and I think that all that does just bring into play the weekly time frame chart out here. Let's just change this. I'll change it to a weekly. I don't know that it's going to really give us a whole lot more, but it's not. There's no real signal out here on the weekly. So the daily right now is really what's driving things. And this is suggesting, again, a close below its breakout level is suggesting a lower price out there. And that target that I would look at would be 2145. So that's the message with regard to Bank of America. And I hope that helps you out. That covers everybody inside the Tiger's Den. I see we've got a few more questions that have come in. One actually specifically. And this is from Hector and the fuel injectors. Hector, good to hear from you. Newmont Mining. NEM is the ticker symbol, and that's what Hector has an interest in. He's got a hankering for Newmont Mining. So what do we know about Newmont Mining right now? Well, we know on its monthly basis it's trading inside a bear structured profile. If we're to close below 60.45, that would be a bad message. A bad message. Bad Newmont, Steve-O. Just kidding you. The message would be, it would be bad because price would be below the center of its bear structured monthly profile. It's not there right now, so we really can't make that call. Consolidating with inside the daily profiles and trying to regain the consolidating the weekly profile, trying to regain the daily, needs to close above 60.15. Let's look at my other time frame charts out here and see what it's doing. So one of the levels on a counter trend rally when you have a bullish structured profile out here, would be the bottom to the center, and that's 60.86 to 60.15. We're trading at 60.55. Hector and Patty, we get back from this, we'll take a look at Newmont Mining, and to finish out the show. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the Newmont Mining. This is a daily time frame chart out here. And I was mentioning on a counter trend rally. And the reason is because it's still a bearish looking pattern. Price has got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It's closed below its breakout level of 61.77. And it's now got a new bullish structured profile. Price closed below that yesterday. But as long as price closes above 60.15 today, then it's back inside that profile, and you could get a run to 62.28. You can also see, if that's going to happen, though, you'll need to see a close today above 60.52 right now. That's where the oscillator and change line, that red line, is printing. If the close is below that, you don't have a clear message that Newmont wants to move higher out there. In fact, you'd have the opposite message, and you'd really have the opposite message if price closed below 60.15. Those are the numbers to watch at the end of the day to give you some type of signal, Hector. Right now, it's I think you just got to wait for a signal for the end of the day. So I hope that helps you out. We had a request to take a look at gold here. And with regard to gold, here's what we know. This chart here takes a look at gold, by the way, priced in dollars. That's the left, euros, yen, and pounds. Look, folks, when you take a look at instruments like gold and light sweet crude or silver or the indices, the equity futures, and so forth, you must know how it is trading on screens across the globe. These are traded globally out there, and granted it's priced in dollars. I promise you, if your local currency is euros or pounds or yen, you're only thinking in terms of that. Well, gold right now is lower today in terms of US dollars and lower in terms of yen. So those folks are saying they're crying, but in terms of euros and pounds, price is up. So it's really kind of a wash of a day. Here's the real level to watch, 1862.80. That was tested and rejected. That's the bottom of its daily profile out there. And as long as that area holds, you've just got yourself a good old-fashioned consolidation from 1862 to 1922. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Your favorite polar bear. He's up next. After that, Tom O'Brien to take us on home. And I'll see you back here on Fantastic Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, folks.